Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome to the HD Vibe channel. If you'd like to see more tips, tricks, ride reviews, installs on my Harley-Davidson touring motorcycles, as well as information about motorcycles and the motorcycle community large, I should please hit that subscribe button. And when you do subscribe, please leave a comment down below saying I subscribe so I can personally reach out and thank you for supporting the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon and select all so that you get notified every time I do put out new content. So today, guys, I'm in the HD Vibe garage and you see this machine on my left, your right, that looks a little strange and unique and different to the garage. And what I want to explore today is 2 wheels or 3 wheels and why someone might decide to go 3 wheels versus a 2-wheel motorcycle. And we'll get into it right after this. Why would someone decide to go with a 3-wheeled motorcycle or machine or whatever you want to call them versus a 2-wheeled Harley-Davidson or other motorcycle when they decide to go out on the road and kind of find their personal freedom, right? So first of all, let's just talk about, is a 3-wheeled machine, I'm going to call it at this point, really a motorcycle? So according to the definition by the National Highway Safety Transportation Administration, a Can-Am, like this is a Spyder F3, is considered under their definition a motorcycle. Why would someone decide to go with 3 wheels versus 2 wheels? So I think a couple of things. You know, if I think back to my instructing times, I'm a rider coach here in the St. Louis area, and one of the things we talk about, the differences between cars and motorcycles, 2-wheel motorcycle, is stability. So right, you only have 2 wheels, you have to balance this. With 3 wheels, the whole stability notion is taken out of the equation. So someone who may not be comfortable balancing, 900-pound motorcycle, this Can-Am weighs about 900 pounds, so these are about equal weight. You don't have to worry about that, right? So you got these 2 front wheels, or if you had a Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide, you have the rear wheels sort of balancing all that weight. So, it's not a stability issue. So I think kind of along those lines, and again, thinking back to my rider coaching and talking about the reasons people may get away from 2 wheels and go to 3 wheels, is age, right? As we age, it gets harder and harder to, at least at a stop, to balance these 800 to 900 pound motorcycles. People as they age may not have the same strength. They may have arthritis. They may have knee problems, hip problems, and they can't balance these. And they're not as stable when they come to a stop. It's harder to balance. And then if you have 3 wheels, what it does is actually keeps you on the road. Maybe after you've ridden a 2-wheel motorcycle for a long, long time, you still want to stay out there. You still want to feel the breeze in your hair and your face and the wind and the environment. This might be the way to go. So I would also say that would be maybe more of the talking about the long-term rider. But maybe a beginning rider. This you actually steer. So it's for someone who's a beginning rider, something like this is more akin to almost driving a car, or if people have ridden 4-wheelers, this is very similar. I mean, you're actually steering this, right? Interestingly enough, I rode this home from about 90 miles away from Columbia, Missouri, where we purchased this at Head Motors. Again, if you guys are ever on the market for either a used Harley-Davidson or other motorcycles, new Indians, used Indians, Can-Ams, Royal Enfields, Head Motors is a great place. This is not a sponsored video, but these guys are just good people and easy to deal with. So I'll put their information in the description of this video if anybody's interested, and they will. They sell bikes to people all over the United States. So, and they're in Columbia, Missouri, which is about 90 miles from St. Louis. But anyway, when I drove this home from Columbia, Missouri, it was a different sensation. I was actually steering this, and you get more I would say road feedback with these two wheels up in the front. You're sort of constantly kind of driving it, as you will. And I noticed actually the next morning, not being used to driving one of these and sort of the first time on it and driving on it for about an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes. The next day I got up and my shoulders were actually, up in here, were actually sore. And I couldn't figure it out, but then I was like, you know what? I bet it's from riding this thing and trying to keep that steering steady when I was at highway speed. So again, for a beginner, I think this is a great way to go. For those that might be a little bit older and can't balance these, another great way to go. And so what I want to do now is talk to you about why this is in the HD Vibe garage. So as you know, I am a Harley-Davidson enthusiast. I love the brand. I have 2 Harley-Davidson motorcycles. I'm on my 4th Harley-Davidson motorcycle since I've been an adult. And now we have this Can-Am Spyder F3 Limited in the garage. And this has just been in the garage for a few days now. And the reason we have this in the garage, and again, this might be another reason someone goes to 3 wheels versus 2, is this is Ms. HD Vibe's Can-Am Spyder F3. So she will be primarily riding this, and the reason she wanted to get this is because she did not like to ride on the back of my motorcycle, not because of the way I drive. It just wasn't comfortable for her. She has some neck and back issues, and for her riding on the back with the suspension that are on these Harley-Davidsons, it's not, as many of you know, it's not the most comfortable ride, especially if you're riding 2 up. So what she did when I was out of town, she actually surprised me and sent me a text message with a picture. She actually got her Missouri motorcycle permit while I was out of town. And we had been talking about her potentially getting a 3-wheel or a Can-Am or something so that she could ride along, because what she felt like she was missing out on the experience, because as many of you know who watch the channel, I spend a lot of time on my motorcycles. I commute to work, I ride with a ride group, I teach riding academy at a Harley-Davidson dealership here in St. Louis. So my life, every day being, there is something that goes on with motorcycles, and she wanted to be a part of that. It was the best way to be a part of that. So now she can actually ride with me when I'm going on group rides, ride with the group. If we would just want to take off and go somewhere in the evening to go to dinner, she has this, she can do that. She had ridden 4-wheelers as she was growing up, and she felt like this was actually a very comfortable transition. She did not want to go on 2 wheels. So she wanted to go with this. So we got this. And actually, I will tell you, when we test rode this, she actually drove it better and steadier than I did, because she didn't have the experience of riding a motorcycle. And it's really, the steering is very, very sensitive. You don't have to move the handlebars very much to get these bikes, these 3-wheel motorcycles, to actually go in the direction you want to. And I was used to more pushing, counter steering, leaning a motorcycle, which obviously you don't lean on this thing. So I'm actually excited because she can actually go out, feel comfortable on a ride with me. She dreaded any time she had to get on the back with me, and so she really actually avoided it. So now we have this experience that we can do together. She can ride this thing comfortably. She feels comfortable on it. We've gone and taken it out on a few rides already since we've gotten it, and she does great on it. She's getting more and more used to it. This might be the last time you actually guys see this Can-Am Spyder on the channel in terms of just sort of talking about motorcycles and 3-wheelers. I don't plan to kind of confuse the whole situation by doing much on this Can-Am. Maybe someday I'll start a separate channel on that she can kind of showcase what she's doing with the Can-Am Spyder. But for now, this will be the only video. So, you know, a lot of reasons, you know, stability, the creature comforts on these things, a beginning rider who's not comfortable with 2 wheels, maybe someone who's sort of aging out again of riding a 2-wheel bike and maybe doesn't want to, you know, stop riding but still wants to get out on the road, go to something like this, a Can-Am or maybe even a Harley-Davidson tri-glide to keep you out on the road. So, you know, those are some of my thoughts. This is a quick little video. I just kind of wanted to talk about two-wheel versus three-wheel and why somebody might do one or the other. But for me, I'm excited. She's going to be out on the road with me now, and we're really looking forward to it. So I hope you guys like this type of content. I know this is a little bit different, but I wanted to kind of compare the two-wheel versus three-wheel. I don't know if you call it a debate, but you know, the situation between why someone might choose one or the other. I hope this is helpful. If you do have any questions about the Can-Am, feel free to drop it down in the comments. Probably won't get too many comments because most of you that watch my content are really Harley sort of enthusiasts. But if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you would, share this with your friends. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the weekly content that I put out on Thursday afternoons. And with that, I want to leave you with this. Life is short. Get out and ride the bike. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.